Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Unit 7 Study Guide, Day 2. So our Unit 7 Study Guide is rather long. The questions in it are a little bit more challenging. So I did separate the Everyday Math Unit 7 up into two different lessons. So we're going to be working on that today. So this is Day 2. We're going to work on number 7 through the rest of the study guide. So, I'm sorry, number 10. I'm sorry. We're going to work on 10 through the end of the study guide. Remember to make sure, first of all, that you have a pen or pencil to take good notes. Second of all, make sure that you have a version of the study guide if you need it. Make sure you are writing things down because guess what? Your test is tomorrow. You need to be ready for it. Okay? I did zoom in a little bit so you guys can see my work a little closer today. So I did do that. I decided to help you guys out a little bit. So this is what it's going to look like. So number 10 is where we're going to start. So I want you to pause right now and I want you to see if you can find any of the things that you need. Pencil, paper, markers, whatever you need. Make sure you have that before you hit continue. Okay, so we're going to start with number 10. It says, Jacob made 3 liters of soup. If one serving is a half liter, how many servings does Jacob have? 3 servings. 1 serving is a half liter. So that means I'm going to divide the soup up, right? So I'm going to divide 3 liters divided by 1 half equals S. 3 liters divided by 1 half equals S. I want you to take a minute right now. Do the math, draw a picture, do what you need to do, see if you can find the answer. What is 3 divided by 1 half? Now, you know me. I am a picture person. That is one thing about Miss Gilman, about me as a teacher and as a person and as a learner. I like to draw pictures because it helps me. Okay, so first of all, there are options for this one. So I'm going to use my orange pen to draw my picture. So I'm going to draw my 3 liters. That's my soup. I'm going to cut each of them in half. How many servings do I have? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you said 6 servings, you are correct. Awesome, awesome. Now, another thing that you can do, because I'm dividing by a fraction, I know I can keep, change, flip. Okay, keep 3 over 1. Change and flip. My 2 goes to the top, my 1 goes to the bottom. 3 times 2 equals 6. 1 times 1 equals 1, and that's the same as 6 servings. I think that one is probably one of the easiest ones that you're going to have. When you get to these problems, you're probably going to divide. The main thing is make sure that your number model tells me the process. Don't write divide. Don't write your answer. It must be a number model in order to get the credit. Okay? Number 11, it says, these numbers show how the average time Oliver's friends spend brushing their teeth. By the way, side note, according to the American Dental Association, you should brush for at least 2 minutes. Just fair warning. Fair warning. Okay? Each time. Not each day. Each time. All right, so first it says, use the data to create the line plot. On your test in Wiser Me, you will need to use the marker tool or the text box to do this. So my suggestion is go one number at a time. 2.5 minutes. Okay, so here's 2, here's 3. I know half is right in the middle, so this is 2 and 1/2. 2 3/4. Okay, here's 2, 2.5. So this is 2 3/4. 2.5. 1 3/4. Okay, 1, 1.5, 1 3/4. What I want you to do right now is I want you to take a couple of minutes. I want you to go ahead and graph. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Graph the rest of these numbers either on your paper or on your study guide. I want to see if your graph looks like mine at the end. Here's a suggestion. When I get to my data graph, my data point thing first, if it's on the computer, I'm going to draw it on my paper. That way I can write it out if I need to. Okay. I also am going to label. So I can tell that there are 4 sections between it. So this is 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 1/4, 1.5, 1 3/4, 2 1/4. I'm going to label it first because that's going to make it easy for me. Okay. So take a couple of minutes, do your chart. I already did the first 4 X's for you. When you are done, hit continue. Okay, yours should be done. What I did is I went ahead and I graphed the last few little data points. So there is 1 X above the 1. 2 data points above 1.5. 1 data point above 1 3/4. I'm sorry, 2 data points. 1 above the 2. You should have 3 above 2 1/4. 4 above 2 1/2. And 1 above 2 3/4. Okay. If your data chart matches mine, awesome. If it doesn't, that means you need to slow down a little bit. Each of these data points is worth 0.5 point. So if you do them wrong, you're going to lose points on your test, guys. Okay? Now let's look at the question. It says, what is the difference between the longest amount of time and the shortest amount of time that his friends spend brushing their teeth? So first of all, I see the word difference. That means I'm going to subtract. The longest and the shortest. Okay, the longest amount of time was 2 3/4. The shortest amount of time is 1. So I'm going to subtract. 3/4 minus nothing is 3/4. 2 minus 1 is 1. Your answer for this should be 1 3/4. Okay. On this question, I will warn you, be very careful. This one is very simple. You subtract a whole. That's easy. Sometimes you have to subtract fractions. Remember our strategies for that, okay? Okay. C. How many friends brush their teeth for less than 2 minutes? So look at the graph. How many friends do you notice brush their teeth for less than 2 minutes? Are we ready? All right, so this is 2 minutes. It didn't say 2. It said less than 2. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data points. So 5 friends brush it for less than 2 minutes. Okay. Now, the next question can be tricky. It says, how much time do those friends spend brushing their teeth combined? So first of all, combined means I'm going to add. When it says those friends, it means the ones that we just talked about. It means the ones that are less than 2 minutes. So you need to add up the times of these friends all together. What is the total of just these 5 friends all together? Okay, here we go. I know I'm going to add, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to flip over a piece of paper, and I'm just going to do it on a scratch piece of paper because I can. So I'm going to add 1. Oh, that's a little light. Let me use a different color. 1 plus I have 2 that are 1.5. Okay, so 1.5, 1.5. Okay, and 2 that are 1 3/4. So 1, 3/4, 1 3/4. Now we're going to add those up. Okay, now I like pictures, and I'm going to make it super easy. 1/2 plus 1/2 is a whole. So I'm going to circle that. 3/4 plus 3/4 equals 6/4. 6/4 is the same as what? What is 6/4 the same as? 6/4 is the same as 1 2/4. All right, so now I'm going to add this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2/4. 7 2/4. If I add all of those things together, that is what I end up with. So my final answer there should have been 7 2/4. 7 2/4. If you had that, awesome. If you had that, awesome. If you didn't, did you find your mistake? Great. All right, now time for number 12. Here we go. Number 12, it says, use the given table to fill in the columns of the table. You will have a question that looks just like this on the test, and you will need to put an answer in each of the spaces. Okay, so my rule says +3. So 0 plus 3. 3 plus 3. Plus 3. Plus 3. The rule over here is +1. 0 plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 1. I think that's probably going to be the easiest part. You got to look at the rules up here and just do it. Okay. Now, this part will be tricky. You have to write a rule to describe the relationship between the in and out numbers. That means looking at the 3 and the 1. What can I do? How did I get from 3 to 1? Don't say subtract 2 because that doesn't work. I can't do 12 minus 2 to get 4. How did I get from 9 to 3? Or from 12 to 4? Remember, whatever rule you have needs to work for all numbers. What rule did you find? Well, I see that 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So my rule, I'm going to divide by 3. You also could have said multiply by 1/3. I would have taken either of those. Divide by 3 is the one that I would do, but I would take either. Okay? All right. It says write the numbers on the table as ordered pairs. Then plot the points on the grid. Okay, so looking at that table, I have 5 ordered pairs. What are the 5 ordered pairs that we're going to write down and plot? All right, you should have said 0, 0, 3, 1, 6, 2, 9, 3, and 12, 4. Guys, this is also the easiest point on this test. In order to get the point, though, you must have it all right. Okay. Now, on your test, it is in Wiser Me. My suggestion, the way this question is formatted, use a text box for this part right here. You can click on the little A on Wiser Me, and it will come up with a box that helps you put a text box in there. Okay. Now it says to plot the points on the grid below. Remember, you got to go over and then up. So 0, 0, 3, 1. So over 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1. 6, 2 over 6, up 2. 9, 3 over 9, up 3. And 12, 4. Finish plotting the dots, draw a line, and let's see if your answers match mine. All right, your picture should look like mine. I plotted 9, 3, and I plotted 12, 4. Now, we're going to use this information to answer some questions. So notice 13 says, the graph above models this situation, and it gives us a model. So this graph shows what Emma did. So Emma saves 1/3 of the money that she earns doing chores to buy a new sweater. Use the graph to answer the following questions. So basically, whatever money she gets, she saves $1 for every 3 that she makes, right? So this one shows that she made 3 and she saved 1. She made 6 and saved 2, right? So if Emma earned $9, how much money has she saved for a sweater? So if she earns 9, how much did she save? Guys, this one's super easy. It's on a line. If I go over 9, I go up 3. She saved $3. You could have just said 3. 3 with the dollar sign, that's fine as well. All right, if Emma earns $16, about how much has she saved for the sweater? So I'm going to go over to 16. Uh-oh. Oy, that's not on a line. It's not exact. What do I do? About how much money do you think she saved if she had $16 that she earned? This one, notice that it says about. That means it's kind of a rough estimate. That means I would take about 5, about 6. I would take 5.5. I would even take 5 1/3. I know that it's right there between 5 and 6. So as long as your answer is really close to 5 and 6, if it's between the two numbers, then I would give you a credit. If you said she saved 10, it would be marked wrong. If you said she saved 4, it would be marked wrong. Okay? You need to be able to look at the chart or do the math and figure out how much she saved. Okay? Don't forget your dollar sign on those guys. And boom. All right, now your ed puzzle is finished. You are done with your study guide for your test. I think the second day of the test will be rather simple. I think that there are some tricky parts to it, but I think that you absolutely can do it. So, do your best. Study. You can use this extra study guide that's on the Google Slides for you. And you need to find a way to make sure that you're practicing these questions for tomorrow. Okay? Good luck on your test. I am so proud of you. It's about a 20-minute video, which isn't necessarily the shortest video, but it's not the longest either. So I'm proud that you guys have kept it together. Make sure that you are on the live Zoom today. Don't forget that you do need to check in with me. If you have any questions, that's what I am here for. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, guys.